Hello, this is Ski from UOS, and I'm here to tell you about a very interesting LTA game. I am playing Blood Elf, and it turns out to be quite the alliance game. So of course, as a good Blood Elf should do, I am already scheming. But I will get back to that later. Right now I want you to see Grey failing to capture Silverhand and losing Baron Rivendare in a quite embarrassing way. The yellow playing is Hilldric, who is denying Dragonmaw the capture of Menethil Harbor. Meanwhile, blue joined Grey in the attempt to capture Silverhand. I do think, however, that blue might be distracted, as he is losing Arthur's... I'm not gonna comment further on that. Meanwhile, Dragonmaw is doing attempt number 2. Maybe he will get it this time. But it seems that the repair is too strong. And as you see in the horizon, Felstad is swarming in with his army of griffins. And these griffins are definitely not to be trifled with. They are simply tearing this Dragonmaw apart. Luckily for this Dragonmaw, it does seem that yellow is also a bit distracted, because for some reason he lets Morgor run straight through his army. So as my enemies fall one by one, I set in motion my master plan. As it is not really an option to ally Horde at this point, and the 0 CP Forsaken does not sound very tempting, I decide to teleport to Outland to see how the Burning Legion is doing. But as I go to get my Muro event, I run into a little surprise. It seems that this is the hiding place for our friendly neighborhood Blade Master. The dear elf Blade Master seems to be so afraid of me that he is destroying his own Echo Dome. Now I don't actually want to fight him at this point, because he's my last hope of betrayal. I really want to leave this alliance and get an interesting game out of this. But apparently I am not the only one scheming. And if the enemy won't kill Mograine, then you have to do it yourself. As I go Illidari, I decide that I might need an effective diversion. The alliance is very fit at this point, and I don't want to fight them head on. So I march into Gilneas, trying to get the attention of the Worgen player, which happens to be CazDawg. Now, even though the temptation at this point is real, I decide that I don't want to fight him. So instead, I open my portal. Spotting the true Horde, I decide that this is not the fight for me. It turns out to be a wise decision, because just seconds later, the full wrath of Gilneas comes in behind me. For now, it seems that the diversion is working, because shortly after this, he engages in a battle with the true Horde. Now my objective is still going for the Scourge. So I attack from another angle. Now, as I march towards the Frozen Throne, this is where the game gets interesting. Now, maybe the true Horde died very fast, or maybe CazDawg knew that I was gonna do this, because he's here waiting for me. And I get a little bit cocky. I engage in a fight that I cannot win, and as the Dwarves come in with reinforcements, I try to make a run for it. For a moment there, I thought I was actually getting away, but it seems that things would not go that easy. Now I don't think I can actually outrun them, so I stopped for a moment, hoping to counter-aim. But that did not go as planned. So at this point I'm in a bit of a trouble. I can't outrun them, and I can't really fight them. Seeing there is no hope left, I make a panic run with Illidan. At least he can die a coward. Now there's a slight problem with this escape. It seems that Illidan had my scroll of teleportation, and as I run towards the water, I realize that Kale is no Naga. Now, back to my master plan. If the Alliance had just blocked the Frozen Throne, I would not have been able to join the Burning Legion. But even though they kill Illidan, I am still able to join him. And luckily for me, as they go for Silvermoon, the Scarlet Onslaught decides to make his move. When the Alliance is finally ready to attack me, I've built a formidable defense. And as you see, Maeve cannot handle the pain. As the Alliance fails to siege the island, they simply serve to feed me the last level needed to summon big old KGA. As the siege continues and my defense are falling apart, Darius Crowley tries to assassinate Kael'thas, but that does not go as planned. As the timer decreases, the game turns very interesting. Clearly the Alliance will not give up that easily. So while Arogal is taking a lot of damage, he does have the time to summon Goldrinn. And as you know, the damage of Goldrinn is no joke, and I want to freeze the image right around here. Now I want you to notice the amount of HP on Kael'thas in the upper left corner. And then I want you to notice the timer of the Burning Legion summon. Now I honestly believe that this is the end, but the power of the Sunwell cannot be denied. Now, as the Sunwell heals me fully, Scarlet Onslaught attempts to aim the Sunwell instead. Unfortunately, there are now 7 seconds left of the Burning Legion summon, and he simply does not have the time. Now, having lost everything, CazDawg seems to be highly demotivated. And as the merciful master I am, I accept his surrender.